Welcome to YellBro. I am Jordan, and today, Alex Jones says there is irrefutable proof that Candace Owens is knowingly lying to you. And yes, that is a big deal to be able to call out a liar or be able to point all that shit out. We'll give Alex a chance, who I also thinks lies quite often. But first, don't forget to share, support, hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We're in that Discord right now, and all opinions are welcome. And obviously, all the tabs you see there, not all of them, actually, not the first two, but the rest will be linked in that same description box for you to look at on your own. And what for your own purposes, whatever. You don't want to hear us talking, go watch it on your own. I recommend it. But either way, let's get this video started. We're not going to start exactly with Candace and Alex Jones. We have her statements, by the way, as well. The thing that I guess Alex is going to prove is she's lying with. I just thought this was interesting. Just some little psychological things you can look at and just dumb guy logic, right? And when you see, like, oh, Donald Trump says he deliberately shifted U.S. missile strikes in Nigeria to Christmas Day to deliver a Christmas message. I'm not going to play the video, but I will share it with you. Watch it on your own. And it's like, look how willy-nilly, like, doesn't it take, like, a long period, shouldn't it take, like, a long period of time for you to figure out who you're bombing, where you're bombing, why you're bombing? Like, shouldn't that all be, like, really, like, diligent and worked out? Because the point is to make sure you're not, like, just going to blow up random civilians, right? You want everything carefully coordinated, and the idea of taking a life should be, like, you know, there should be a decent amount of self-scrutiny in regards to doing that. Like, let's make sure all fucking I's are dotted, T's fucking crossed. Let's make sure that all gets done first, and then hopefully we'll get the bad guy. But no, this guy's like, no, I want to be symbolic. Let's wait another day. When people could be moving in different locations, maybe the bad guy has his family around. Like, who knows? Because it's just willy-nilly. Like, I'm just gonna bomb here. No thought about it. No, like, care for human life. Like, really, like, this is an important decision. What's that? The cliche line in a fucking movie? Like, don't aim a gun unless you plan on shooting it, or whatever the fuck it is, right? This guy, like, apparently just does the exact opposite. We're gonna wait for Christmas. Give him a present because it sounds cool. It's fucking ridiculous. And once again, if you're still falling for Trump, like this fuckface is, yeah, you're an idiot. Or worse, which I think Alex actually fits in the worst category. Then you have right here Alex's former employee, Owen Schroyer, saying, all right, what the hell is going on? And this is a story that's going around, is that these missiles didn't actually hit their targets. And a lot of them didn't even blow up. They just hit the ground and stopped there. And then you have, like, civilians, allegedly civilians, according to CNN, going around saying, like, we don't even know, like, we never heard of ISIS around here at all. So why are you doing this? It's just like another thing where dumb fucks will be like, oh my God, they're harming Christians. We can go bomb them now. Then as time goes by, they're like, wait a minute, that wasn't happening? You lied to us. And it's like, hey guys, how many times do you need to be lied to before you're like, you know what? Maybe I should just take these guys at face value. Once again, not even saying that any of what I'm saying that it's all bullshit yet. I can't say I know. But signs are pointing in a direction that there's a lot of bullshit going on here. And of course, like, how, like, fucking hell. It's pre-K fucking, like, psychology. It is. They're just playing, all they're doing is playing peekaboo, and it's working on people. The fool covers their eyes, they're like, where'd he go? I can't see him, where'd he go? He uncovers his eyes. Oh, there you are, peekaboo. Covers his eyes again. Where the fuck? I can't, wow, how does he keep disappearing like that? Uncovers eyes. Whoa, there he is. We're bombing Venezuela because, drug dealing? Narco terrorists. Time goes by. Where's your evidence at? They're killing Christians in Nigeria. Where's your evidence at? The Democrats are in the Epstein files. We found a million new fucking things. Like, Pika fucking boo, you fucking dummies. But go ahead, call me dumb and keep falling for stupid shit like this. Fucking bots. Either way, let's move a little bit closer towards the Charlie Kirk case, the Charlie Kirk murder or assassination, whatever you want to call it. And hear from this thing. I believe this guy's a lawyer. Dubster sent this to me. I'm like, you know what? I'll just play it here on stream. Where I believe one of the prosecutor's daughters was at the UVU event where Charlie died, which could be like, quote unquote, conflict of interest, if you will, right? Can you imagine a prosecutor? I call to stand my beautiful, lovely daughter. Great. Come on, guys, clap for her, okay? Clap. Thank you.
Are you recording?
I am. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not gonna say it, don't worry.
Anyways, he gets his daughter on his hand, like, okay, honey. Now tell the courtroom what you told daddy, okay? Like, can you imagine that?
Like the trial of Eric Bischoff where Vince had Stephanie come to the stand.
A coerced victim, a coerced witness.
Yeah, like that should be a layup for the defense, right? Where they'd be like, yo, you can't be doing this. And let's hear this. I guess he's a lawyer guy, Robert Gouveia. I've never heard of the gentleman, but I see that Esquire there, so I assume he's a lawyer. Let's hear it out. Here we go.
Mr. Prosecutor holds a supervisory role at this office as the blank under Mr. Gray. So he's probably a deputy. Where was our mind map? Probably one of these two. Deputy County Attorney Chad or Deputy County Attorney probably Chris. Probably one of their daughters. All right, so
Chad and Chris.
At the request of Mr. Prosecutor, he and another investigator went to the campus to determine the exact distance. His blank was from Kirk, his daughter. His daughter was approximately 85 feet north of where Charlie was seated when he was shot. His daughter's backpack was left in the amphitheater as she fled the scene. Mr. Prosecutor disclosed this information by email to the defense on October 1st. They said, defense attorney Mr. Blank and another prosecution team member, Christopher Ballard. All right, so there we go. So now we know it's very likely Grunander, probably Chad Grunander's daughter, based on process of elimination. They spoke about this issue and concerning communications. Now, Mr. Prosecutor has also stated to the defense that his daughter will not be a witness and that he does not believe that this circumstance is a conflict. Now, Mr. So-and-so, somebody else with a much longer name, provided the same information to the State Bureau of Investigations. So another prosecutor went and told them, or somebody else, I don't know who that is, maybe not a prosecutor. So, sounds like prosecutor had a daughter there. They're saying you actually used your daughter's evidence in the prosecution against our client. Therefore, you're conflicted off. You told all of the other prosecutors about what you discovered. Therefore, the entire prosecutor's office is conflicted off. Mr. Prosecutor holds a supervisory role.
Okay. And of course, I'm lagging still. Let me just leave and come back real fast. It ain't one thing another, man. They're trying to shut me down. That's what's going on. I speak too much truth. You know what I'm saying? Trying to shut me down. Anyways.
It's the tiny hats, bro. They're on to you. They're on to me, too.
Or it's the tiny dicks. You have a tiny dick, Harrison? You probably do, right? Let's keep it moving here. So, okay, that's interesting.
I can send you something.
Who knows where that goes? Let's keep it moving. Now, this one I'm not going to play, but hopefully you remember this guy. This is the guy that TPUSA brought on to do an expert on ballistics. Make his statements about how the official story actually checks out. But when we watched it, he didn't actually go over any actual ballistic stuff. He just said, "Trust me, bro. I've been doing this for 100 fucking years. Trust me." And that's what we ended, which made it very unreliable to me. But now he's interviewing two ladies that apparently were maybe exes or knew this Mitch Snow guy in the past. See here, many of Mitch's victims. And this guy was like, probably the worst person that Candace could find. Even if he did see something and did have some sort of truthful information, she found the worst character guy of all time, apparently. And there's motherfuckers coming out of the woodworks doing interviews, taking phone calls, like, yo, this guy's full of shit. Who knows if that's legit or not? But even Candace, as of now, has, I believe, admitted, like, oh yeah, whatever things about his character could be true, but that means nothing, because the point is that he was there. He was there. So thus I have...
Probably has a tiny pee-pee, too.
Oh, shit. I should have just left, like, a sleeping dog laying there. Why'd I even mention him? Anyways, yeah. So, but, and then I was saying that during the Valhalla VFT video, where it's like, just because he could be full of shit over here, or a bad guy, or whatever the fuck, or a domestic abuser, doesn't mean, it's not guaranteed that he's lying over here. But it is worth pointing out. It is very much worth pointing out that if this guy's a pathological liar, and then all of a sudden he inserts himself in the middle of let's be real, very, big numbers, when it comes to these videos. Candace getting 300,000 fucking concurrent viewers and shit like that. People that follow Candace getting a bunch of views. Like, let's be real, like, a lot of people are into this story. And him just inserting himself in there, which led to, allegedly, at least $140,000 in GoFundMe money. So, like, he's making money. He's getting famous off of this. And if he's a serial fabulist, it would make sense. You could see why he would be doing that. When he's not afraid to just lie all the time. But either way, let's continue. Now, this take to me is quite weird. And after this take, we're going to get to the Candace's direct statements, and then Alex showing that she's a liar, apparently. This right here is weird to me. He says, this guy used Candace Owens' friend, Ian Carroll, to get big on social media on the Charlie Kirk issue. Then he took the first chance he had to attack her. Very low behavior, and disloyal. I'm not sure where Ian sits on this, but he should show loyalty. That's just a weird fucking take, and I'm not trying to make this guy super important or whatever the fuck. It's just more so like, if you're having these ideas, these thoughts, that's fucking horseshit. Why the fuck do you, like, it should be about finding the truth, right? Guess what? If he was best friends with Candace, if he was married to Candace, if he was the child of Candace, he should be saying, like, what he thinks is the truth to her or about her. Straight up. We need more of that, not less. Because it's just, this whole team playing and fucking loyalty does he fucking owe to her? The fuck? That's weird, man. But, alright, just plenty of Nimrods, unless it's like just a bot account. There's enough Nimrods out there. I think you saw some of the comments that this Valhalla VFT guy was getting. Like, fuck that. Let's get to the fucking bottom of things. Pause. Not just pick teams and just go with whatever the fuck they say. That's weird behavior. But either way, let's move on. Main video here. We're going to play Candace. She's on vacation, I guess, Christmas break or whatever. Mid-season finale, And she's going to explain her she's going to respond to the accusations about this Mitch Snow guy and why she thinks it doesn't matter, really. Like, was he there? He was there. So thus, we don't need to discuss any further about his personal life. It's more important, like, was he there and did he say he saw these people? Without further ado, Candace, take it away.
Okay, I just have to jump on here to let you guys know that Andrew Colvett, the spokesperson for Turning Point USA, just got caught with his hand in the cookie jar, trying to help orchestrate behind the scenes an alibi for Erica Kirk and Fort Huachuca. Now, why is this crazy? For those of you that don't know the backstory here, Essentially, this guy, Mitch, it was very compelling, said that he saw Brian Harpole leaving this meeting at Fort Huachuca on September 9th. Now,
that's Charlie's head of security.
I wanted to give him the platform after I verified where he was to tell his story, but he also had to include the part where he claims that he saw Erica Kirk the night before, also on Fort Huachuca at Candlewood Inn and Suites, okay? Now, truthfully, I put it at 50-50 because, like I said on my show, I believed that he was at this meeting was significant and that it concluded. I felt really strongly that he saw Brian Harpole, but what's his memory like? Are you good at remembering faces? Did you just see another blonde and think that it was Erica Kirk? Genuinely, I thought it was at like 50-50 until tonight, where all of a sudden there were all these attacks regarding Fort Huachuca. We didn't really know where they were coming from. You got people calling me insane. Alex Jones jumps into the foray. I'm like, what is happening right now? Why does Fort Huachuca have so many people triggered? Well, there were these YouTubers, Paramount Tactical is one of them, who was basically teasing, like, we're going to take down Mitch and show you guys that he's not a credible witness by going back and going through the files of his marriages and ex-relationships and to show you that he's an abuser. And this is going to be the end of Candace.
Who's she taking aim at?
Totally weird. Like, I never told my followers that they should go marry Mitch.
Oh,
I have no
fuck.
idea what he was doing 20 years ago in a relationship. There were no convictions against him that I could find. Whatever. The point is like, we didn't know where this was coming from.
I hope they tear each other apart.
Patience, Joseph. Patience.
Hope they tear their clothes off first.
Now, what? She said because people started attacking the story or attacking this Mitch Snow guy, that makes him credible that he saw Erica Kirk. No, that can't be a good reason, Candace. It's like saying, oh, Donald Trump is a good guy because CNN goes after him. It's the same logic. You can't do that.
Bernie Sanders gets attacked relentlessly. I guess he must be the best out of them all.
According to their logic. But, okay, Candy.
Bernie sold out, though, so he's a non-factor.
This is true. He is a limp dick dweeb. He for sure is. But, all right, let's hear Candace. Let's hear if she has something
Jordan,
better than appealing to authority.
Sorry to interrupt, but if we're going to stick to this train of logic, I've seen socialists get attacked by Fox News more than anybody ever. So they must be the most correct in history.
Some would wish and hope. Hope and change. All right. Here's more Candace. Here we go.
Doing 20 years ago in a relationship. There were no convictions against him that I could find. Whatever. The point is like, we didn't know where this was coming from. Everyone was like, money must have just gone out. Like, what is happening? Well, tonight was when they did their live to expose me and accidentally exposed Turning Point USA and Erica Kirk. Now, I'm going to show you the messages. Andrew Colvett was apparently live texting this guy Erica's alibi. Now, this means Erica is sending her alibi. Why wouldn't you just send it to me? Obviously, I didn't have a horse in the race of whether or not he saw you at the hotel.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Candace, you know why people don't send you shit.
And this whole idea of you even being there would have gone away. Instead, she sends it to Andrew Colvett to send to these obscure YouTubers who are live, and it didn't click with them that Andrew Colvett did not want them to say that he was their source. So this guy just starts live reading the messages that are coming in from Andrew Colvett, where he proceeds to give an alibi that no one asked for. He's like, this is what Erica was doing on September 9th. Okay, the guy said he saw her on the 8th. It's kind of like the Brian Harpole, where they're just like giving us alibis for times that we're not talking about. Again, I wasn't even necessarily pressuring them for an alibi, but he then proceeds to walk him through what Erica was doing on September 9th, and he's pretending like she doesn't even know what Fort Huachuca was, even though her mother has a contract with the Department of Defense and would have obviously had to have been familiar with Fort Huachuca, which is in her backyard, and in Turning Point USA's backyard as well.
Okay. I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised if this kind of ditzy lady doesn't know where the fuck her mom works at and all that shit. Just maybe knows in general, but not knowing like direct locations and Fort Huachuca and all this shit. But here's, I guess, what Andrew Colvett sent to one of these content creators. Says, but it's worth saying, laugh out loud, Erica wasn't in some fort in Tucson. The internet has gone insane. The left has gone insane. She woke up next to Charlie, went to the office with Charlie all day, woke him up from a nap before a Fox hit. I assume that's an interview thingy. Went to dinner with Charlie. Literally, people are lunatics. And then there's like a picture. Like, see, look, I was here. I took a picture. Okay. All right, let's see what Candace does with this information.
Sorry, Jordan, but with this feud, I just can't help but see like Psycho Oprah picking a fight with a Tammy Faye Baker for the 21st century.
Who the fuck is that?
You know who Jim Baker is?
The wife of a televangelist. She wore a lot of makeup, and yeah, she was kind of a weirdo.
Oh, the crazy
at the
hairdo?
time.
A crazy hairdo and like an ungodly amount of makeup.
Ah, got it.
Like if you ran into her, your shirt would look like a fucking tie-dye painting. That was actually a joke that went around in the 80s. I ran into Tammy Faye Baker.
You know what? Shout out to Jaylen Brown and the Celtics and his hairdo. His black magic marker haircut. All right. Yeah, let's. But that is, I guess, important there. If they're saying, "Oh, Erica Kirk was there the day before," and that's when he saw her or something like that, so thus it makes sense according to the Mitch guy's story. Also, was this Mitch guy there for 2 days? Is that what happened? Was he there for 2 days? Is that where we're going? Okay. Let's hit play, see where Candace goes. Here we go.
Again, I would like to point out that no one said Erica was in some fort. No one said she was in Tucson, and no one said that they saw her on September 9th anywhere. So I don't know what this is. It's just weird. It's a totally strange thing to say.
I mean,
again, when you have an easy pathway to just reach out to me and say, hey, I saw you mention something on September 8th. Here's where Erica was. Notice that's Erica's hand. So
I mean, that is, but Candace, do you not, we all see your tactics and what you do and call it quote unquote journalism or investigation, which is what? It's basically sociological blackmail, emotional blackmail. I don't know. Privacy blackmail. Like, hey, I called you. You didn't answer the phone. You know what? I'm going to expose you on my show. It's the same thing. Hey, I made this story about you. If you don't comment or you go after me for it, I'll just assume I'm telling the truth, and you're going to lie about it. Like, I'm just going to go with my story's correct then because of your reaction. See? And that's not good enough.
If you don't respond to my email in 5 minutes, then you're, I don't know, you're gay or something. I know I said it before, but I got to say it again. This is such schoolyard garbage.
Yeah.
This pick is with the gossip on a major scale.
Unfortunately for our species as a collective, that shit still sells.
Hey, listen.
And it's probably never not going to sell.
These people that I already believed were liars, I want them to be extra shown as liars to regular people who are too brain dead to pick up on this, right? And the fans will do what they do, right? The fans will pick one side or the other. Those guys are wrecked until, you know, a better mirror shows up in front of their faces. Until that happens, they're stuck in the fucking fan thing. But for people that have a little bit more brain cells, they can be like, wait a minute. If you lie to us about this stuff, what else would you lie about? And hopefully that goes down. And same goes with Alex Jones, because let's say Alex Jones is correct about this, and Candace is just lying about this whole story, and the Mitch Snow guy's full of shit. Well, guess what? The other team's going to point out shit about Alex Jones, aren't they? And they're going to make mixtapes on Alex Jones, say, like, look, Alex Jones is full of shit. Look at this. and thus more exposure of how these guys could be full of shit. And I'm okay with that. And I'm curious to watch it happen. Now, at the same time, there could be some new guru that emerges from all this, and they start worshiping a new person, which will be very sad to see. But these are IQ tests for me. I'm seeing the IQ test possibly playing out. Where it's like, hey, we got Candace caught dead to rights in regards to fucking lying. Or Alex Jones, or whoever. What did the audience do with that? Because I have not, and I will never just give up. Honestly. I'll be like, I'll just point them out. Like, here's another IQ test. Here it is. Here's another IQ test. Here's another one. And then see, like, is anything clicking home at all? Or are you still locked in on this fucking bullshit? Little story I did about I waited for Christmas to bomb Nigeria. I waited for Christmas. That should be an IQ test on its own, but that might take a little bit more savviness to pick up on. Like, hey, you could just switch days when you drop bombs on someone. You just, like, willy-nilly shift days, and for this frivolous, stupid fucking reason, you could do that? That means this is all like a game. This is bullshit, then. Shouldn't there be, like they see in movies, right? Carefully coordinated. They're in fucking mission rooms. There's generals walking back and forth. People are shuffling papers, looking up coordinates on computers and shit. There should be, like, a whole operation happening. Like, okay, we found the perfect moment. We can bomb now. But instead, this guy's like, nah, let's wait for Christmas. Let's send him a present for Christmas. Because it'll sound cool. It's like, come on. It's less believable than a fucking movie. This is where we're at. But once again, yeah. Just hoping for more and more IQ tests. People that are into this just for fucking gossip reasons. Fucking idiots. It is what it is. You gotta look at the fine line, the in-between the line shit. Are these people liars? Are they professional fucking liars? You
wonder why I say we're done for as a species.
Yeah. I'm now getting...
Move over, Homo sapiens. It's time for the squid people to have their turn.
I'm now giving all Americans, as a tax rebate, rocket launchers. Every single one of you. America is great again. No ammo, though.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Let's continue. Here we go.
I'd compare that to Idiocracy, but as we have been shown time and time and time again, we're already there.
Yeah. Been there.
We've always been there.
Ah. Either way, let's continue with more Candace. Here we go.
That means Erica, the CEO of Turning Point USA, is directing the spokesperson of Turning Point USA, Andrew Colbert, to send her alibi to Paramount Tactical, as he is, like, going into the history of Mitch and supposed to be exposing Mitch for being a serial abuser, but actually exposes Turning Point USA. Like, you just cannot make this up. This is like a PR nightmare, a crisis. Is this just a crisis? Wait, I'm going to show you another message from Andrew, being super discreet here.
Yes, that's Erica's and. Went to dinner with Charlie. Literally, people are lunatics. Proof she was with her kids at 8:33 p.m. Pacific. Don't share. It says don't share. He shared it. Taking them for a walk before going into the office.
He said that was my moment right here. Make bones off this.
That should have been his first message. Hey, whatever you do not share this with anyone. It's just for your eyes only.
I know I've got an icicle's chance in hell of Erica Kirk seeing this, but for your own good. For your own good, Erica. Never mind anybody else's for the moment here. Get the fuck out of the public spotlight.
Yeah.
Just fucking, I don't know, go home, be a mom, and worry about fucking preschool or something, because being in public like this ain't good for you.
Yeah, you're rich for the rest of your life. You don't need to get involved in politics. You're already proven to be horrendous at it. walk away, and go do something else. Anyways.
And with the amount of money that Charlie was supposed to have pulled in, she doesn't have to do anything for the rest of her life. She can just chill.
I mean, her family's probably rich, too. That's what these guys
also,
all,
yes.
all intermingle. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But,
still a big plug, and you and I still ain't in
this is important to me. If she's hot, we got to give her a second chance.
Okay. I heard people alleging on the internet that the little boy to the left is not her kid because he looks too old. Like, I think their son's supposed to be like an infant or something, and not like he wouldn't be this like size or height yet. But I don't know. That was just some speculation I heard. Maybe Candace will say it here. Who knows? But let's hear it out. Here we go.
Like, even if it is that really material to the rest of the shit she's doing?
Yes, it
I'm
would
not
be.
too sure.
No, she could.
It would be.
I need to see a picture because she could turn out to be a hot cougar.
Okay. But yes, it would, Joe. Because if she's just showing like fucking stock photo images and not her actual kids, how's that proof that you were with Charlie or with your kids at a certain time?
Actually, you know what? Fair point.
So let's hear if Candace brings that up. Here we go.
The only picture I've ever seen of any of Charlie's kids is just the one of him holding a baby, I think.
Well, they usually hide their faces.
Yeah.
As far as I understand. I have to leave and come back again, bro. That's what it is.
Hiding their fucking faces is the right move, because there's we have some very disturbed citizens out there who will get weird about this sort of thing.
Yeah.
You mean the ones with their Tradefestos?
Let's continue.
A bit on now.
Let's just
I'm not even
move on, bro. Let's be honest. Let's just move on.
I'm not even gonna pretend that I heard that clearly.
See, now he's gonna say it again because you said that, Joe. You have to think from a preschooler's mentality. You know you did.
Tradefestos exist. We just don't see them.
There you go. All right, let's move on. Here's more Candace. Here we go.
I'm just saying the TikTokers are going to have a field day. Okay, Bibi Netanyahu has not gotten these TikTokers out of control. They already are not feeling the vibes about Erica. Now you got this directing behind the scenes attacks on really Candace for whatever reason, but like sending them out to do videos about Mitch.
What's these weirdos with the word attack? There's no attack there.
And then you do this like false.
Everything's an attack, Jordan.
Like, so like telling the truth.
Stop attacking me, Jordan.
Like if you could just be like, here you go. It's going to lead people to ask questions, and it's probably the opposite thing is going to happen, where people are going to wonder if Mitch's memory was correct, and he did see Erica at Fort Huachuca on September 8th in the evening as Charlie Kirk was touching down from Tokyo into Los Angeles. So I'm just saying this is a PR nightmare. This is just Turning Point. Ugh, man, not good.
Jordan, this might just be me missing something, which does happen sometimes. What the fuck was Charlie doing in Tokyo?
I don't know. I'm sure Candace will find out for us, or already has the answer. But either way, let's move on.
Spreading the ministry of his faith to the Japanese people, as all Christians are called upon to do.
Well, his wife did missions too, right? Or at least back in the day. Before she even met Charlie.
Although, one mission she had some ties to in Romania has some nasty accusations of kidnapping and trafficking attached to it. So that's something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I've heard. But let's move on.
Not all Christians are created equal. That's why God invented hell.
Okay. Let's move on to the last story here, where Alex Jones says, "See the absolute proof that Candace Owens is knowingly lying to you. This is a new, transparent attempt to cover up her past lies that TPUSA held a secret Charlie Kirk assassination summit at Fort Huachuca on September 9th. Owens is now claiming that TPUSA producing an alibi for Erica Kirk is proof that she is guilty. It gets even worse. Now she tells us that we should all look at what happened on September 8th and not the 9th. I no longer believe that Candace Owens is insane, but is instead a Joe, say this word for me.
Let me look. What is it?
Megalomaniacal.
Megalomaniacal.
That word. Sociopath. Okay.
Basically just means that you're addicted to and constantly chasing power over other people.
Okay. Megalomaniacal. Okay.
Yeah.
Sociopath.
Megalomania.
Yeah, like your
megalomaniac.
basic corporate HR lady.
Okay. I mean, I'm going with just psychopathic Oprah. I think that works better for me.
Oh, it is a form of psychopathy.
Oh no, I'm aware of that. Like I know the words, fucking can't say it. But yeah, I'm going with psychopathic Oprah. Going with that. A lot homier, you know? Makes you feel good about yourself, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, here's Alex, I guess, full blown knocking down the fucking Candace Owens story and showing provably that she is a liar. Here's Alex Jones. Okay, that's gonna be loud. Let me turn that down a little bit. There we go.
So we're about to get into her latest distraction, and I've exclusively gotten the HD screenshots from Andrew Colvett, the spokesperson, the PR person for TPUSA. I talked to him at length this morning, and you're going to clearly see that the story she puts out that he's supposedly involved in secret damage control is an absolute fraud and a lie. Because remember, she has these screenshots as well, but she's totally misrepresenting to her viewers and listeners what is actually in them. But first, I want to recap how this whole Fort Huachuca story has completely blown up in her face, and all the major players, her minion, her operative, her source claims were there, have clear alibis. So this Mitch Snow character,
I'm sorry,
another name weeks ago, sends her an email, and she says God just had her open it up first, and she
that got me.
And if she denies it, we'll play the clips of that. And he says he's on Fort Huachuca, and he gets directed over to this skiff. It gets in the secure skiff, and there is the head of TPUSA Security, and there is Congressman Amadai, and then later he remembers that Erica Kirk was on the base later, but that was a week and a half later when he actually went on her show. And so since then, it's been confirmed that he was in Congress by 11 a.m. Eastern, which is 8 a.m. in Arizona time at the time in September. So that's the exact same time. Clear alibi. And her minions spin and go, oh.
Okay, I guess I was gonna say, like, there's people throwing that in the question as well, saying, like, his seat is actually over here. So why is he sitting over there? What was it? He missed roll call or whatever it's called. Okay. But I don't know. Let's hear Alex's debunking of this. Here we go.
The time in September. So that's the exact same time. Clear alibi. And her minions spin and go, oh, here's a 245 screenshot of him being there, and he didn't get roll called. That doesn't matter. He's on the video. He's there. So they've now moved away from that. Then you also have their head of security with the stubs that he's in the air in Dallas at 1:45 flying up to Salt Lake City. So they kind of move away from that and want you to forget all about that and just say they were just asking questions. But they were saying this is definitive. She believes this has credibility. Everything now is this story, Fort Huachuca, because she moved on to that to help us forget about the Egyptian plane situation that totally fell apart. And 66% of the time, they weren't even on this continent. 60% of the time, they weren't even in the same airspace.
Yeah, I mean, that's very possible, Alex. It's just, the thing is, you've done the same thing now with the Epstein files. You said, oh, we no longer need to focus on the thing that Thomas Massey and Ro Khanna were asking for. Now we're going to move on to, there's a million documents that the Democrats are hiding in New York, and now we got our hands on it. And now the hammer's going to come down. Now the world's going to get better all of a sudden. Just saying. Anyways, let's continue.
But it doesn't matter because, again, she always moves on to the next diversion, the next distraction, the next
He's saying that's on purpose,
projection in this gaslighting operation. So just remember that she doesn't want to talk about
the rule, Jordan. The buck always stops short of
individuals
Donald
that all
Trump.
have alibis. Remember, she's like God. She's the Inquisitor. She's almighty. When she accuses somebody or has a guest on that does it, just asking questions, they have to respond to her. They have to show themselves. They have to prove themselves to her. And even when they do it, it's not enough. But now that the proof is overwhelming, move on from that. She says, no. The Undersecretary of the Army, he went to Fort Huachuca on the 8th, which was scheduled back since July. And so now it's about who was on that plane. So now we're back to planes again, not the skiff, not the meeting on the 9th and who was in that. But now, let's go ahead and lay out the latest insane developments. Again, I want to be clear. Basically, 2 weeks ago, I reached out to Candace Owens, put out a public video.
So he's gonna go over the Candace video we just watched. I'm gonna let it play again so you can hear his counterpoints to everything. But just to give you a heads up, I don't think he's gonna play all of it. Maybe he will. I don't know. I didn't want to take a chance. I just played the whole thing for everyone. So if he plays the whole thing, I apologize. But all right, here we go.
And said, you're going in the wrong direction. I don't think you're a bad person. I think you're being given bad information about this Snow character. Please look at my findings that have now all been vetted, all confirmed, in fact, much worse than I said. And instead, I'm the bad guy. Well, then yesterday afternoon, she goes public and says, oh my God, look what we have here. This is so crazy. We'll show you clips. They've been caught. They are totally desperate. Andrew Colvett, the spokesperson that knows her well from TPUSA, great friends with Charlie Kirk, he is out directing from some war room, hell, not even Fort Huachuca, or who knows, NORAD maybe, and that he is in this damage control mode and doesn't want people to know he's in damage control mode, and he's reaching out to journalists and talk show hosts and groups and trying to get them to basically put out a cover story for Erica Kirk, and this is all being done at the direction of Erica Kirk. So I got on the phone, had a lengthy conversation with him right before we're shooting this report right now, and he said, look at what she says. And you can walk through the text. He gets contacted by Paramount Tactical, that's been basically debunking all this, and they say, hey, we'd like an alibi on September 9th from you, if you can get that, proving that Erica Kirk was somewhere else other than Fort Huachuca. And so he reaches out to Erica.
Using a hand camera?
What mother isn't taking pictures of her kids, playing at the park and backyard and stuff. She sends it with timestamps from 8:33. So there she is, the same hour the secret meeting supposedly going on in Fort Huachuca, in Phoenix, at her home and at the park. And she sends in this photo, and then he reaches out 3 hours later. He goes, oh, sorry, I'm just now seeing this. This is all crazy, whatever, but sure, here it is. And he didn't say don't talk about this. He just said, please don't show the screenshot, the photo, because it's her kids. And he just pulls this up live on air because Andrew responded 3 hours late and goes, oh gosh. And then Candace spins it like, ooh, we just caught you in this massive cover-up.
She sends it to Andrew Colvett to send to these obscure YouTubers who are live, and it didn't click with them that Andrew Colvett did not want them to say that he was their source. So this guy just starts live reading the messages that are coming in from Andrew Colvett, where he proceeds to give an alibi that no one asked for.
So she doesn't deny that it's
why the fuck would Erica Kirk do that without
screenshot? You can go to the metadata, which they.
Why would she share that? Cover the kids' faces. Andrew Colvett probably knows the kids already. Right?
I'd wager most of the major staff at TPUSA have at least met the kids.
So why was she hiding them in the picture? And also, why would she show that to, she needed to prove it to Andrew Colvett? Was that the thing?
I don't know.
To prove to these YouTubers?
It may have been she knew he was going to show it publicly, so she covered her kid's face.
No, but like Andrew Cohen's like, don't share this, which is a picture. Like, what do you? It just goes back to like, okay, take my word for it, essentially, right? Like, hey, I saw a picture. She's with her kids. There's the timestamp. Just trust me, guys. Right? Because otherwise, like, like, what's the point of sending that if you can't show it? Which is the point of it. Is just like the public. Hey, for the public, so they know I was with my kids on this day, at this time, or whatever. Doesn't make any sense. Why send that at all if they can't even show anyone? You just want to prove it to these YouTubers that this is the case? What the fuck you need to do that for? Okay. But, right.
I will not profess to know why they're doing any of the shit they're doing.
Yeah, I just I don't get it. But all right. Let's continue, I guess. Here we go.
Let the wreckage resume.
Phoenix. None of that matters. And then she says, well, she was thinking, maybe Mr. Snow's information was wrong, but not now, because why would they be defending themselves if they were innocent? And she says, I didn't want alibis from you. What are you talking about? And she already went Monday before last all the way to Nashville, Tennessee, where Candace lives, to meet for 4.5 hours and already show her a bunch of this stuff. And then Candace comes out and says, oh, looks like everything's might be okay. And then days later has Snow on to double down and say, oh, no. Erica was there too on the base.
You're going to put me in jail, damn it.
This is just absolutely crazy. And when you watch her, was it Instagram last night? Where I'm banned, of course, and YouTube where I'm banned, but she's anti-establishment, and I'm the establishment. She said,
Alex, you work for the administration. Don't lie.
I was about to say he is the establishment, so that might be the first true thing he said all night.
You are a blatant mouthpiece for the administration, blatantly, transparently. Come on, it's all fake. Trump is innocent. And something comes out. All right, what happened there was that CGI video made by the Muslims and Infowar.com/Muslims.
Hurt them.
I mean, it was kind of adorable the first 5 or so times he did that, but now it's just stale.
Let's keep it moving. Here's more from Alex Jones.
Just what we need.
Once again, bragging off the idea of being banned from something. Here we go. Let's continue.
I mean, this is the guy who bought the domain for banned.video.
True. All right.
It was still there as of the last time I checked.
I think there's still like a banned.tv thing he has, but let's continue. Here we go.
Sarah basically says, oh, look, they're scared. They're desperate. They got a PR disaster because Andrew Colvin is sneaking around behind the scenes, contacting influencers to do this. No, it's right there. She already has these screenshots. She has the screenshots from the live stream. They're not HD. I have the HD ones we're putting on screen right now. And he's reached out to, he talks to him. They talk about AmFest last weekend. And he says, oh, yeah, this is all just crazy. And then it turns into he reached out, Andrew Colvin, to Paramount Tactical as damage control for Erica Kirk. When it's Paramount Tactical reaching out, I should have done this myself and asked for screenshots and stuff from her. And because they would have given them to me, I just learned. But I already
know her personally. She's my best friend. We walk dogs together.
Again, let this sink in for yourself for a second. Here's Candace Owens saying he's in his war room basically scheming and in damage control and reaching out to people when it's clear in the screenshot she has that she flashes up for just a second, hopes you don't read it, hopes you're stupid, and he's reached out to, gets back 3 hours later, says, yeah, here it is, says, but just don't show the photo. Not don't talk about it, but you can say you've seen the proof. And if Candace has a problem with that, Candace, you called up Andrew Colvin, and you called the rest of his crew, and I've confirmed this with them, right after Charlie was killed, and you said, I want to see the HD camera from behind him to see if the bullet indeed doesn't come out the back. And that's all true, they said. And you saw the footage, they showed it to you, that the bullet didn't come out the back, And it was agreed, this is gory, we shouldn't put this out. So it's the same thing here. Don't show the kids, but here's the timestamp, here's the information. It was agreed what? But the key here is
too gory for
Paramount Tactical contacted him. So the idea that he's running around in damage control, well, he's their PR person, maybe he should. Because I've told him he should go on the air for weeks. I've told him he should counter this because they got receipts, they got what Charlie really said, they've got all the stuff, okay, that Charlie hated you for at least 2 years. But they have not been trying to get in a fight with you. It was on their website that you weren't affiliated with them for 2 years. Charlie was a gentleman and would push you off to Andrew Colvett because he didn't want to escalate things with you. And that's the bottom line, because you've been a troublemaker everywhere you go and everything
Alex Jones said so.
That's the bottom line. And you work for the Mossad operation.
Alex 316 says, I will eat your ass.
Hold on. What did he just say? Hold on. He's a Mossad operative? What did he say? Let's hear that again.
You go and everything you do. That's the bottom line. And you work for the Mossad operation on record that is the Daily Wire. I've never worked for a Mossad operation. So you guys just keep spewing your Israel stuff like your stream last night. Oh, Netanyahu, he's
Daily Wire is a Mossad operation.
Netanyahu. Everybody knows that I don't work for those people, but that's all you guys can do is imply that because you need to distract away from the fact that all these people you said were at this meeting through your minion were not there. So now you change to some high-level person from the Pentagon flying down to inspect the border operation. They announced in July they were going to have this border inspection. And, of course, Fort Huachuca is a major border base. Oh, my God, look, there was somebody from the Defense Department there. That proves it. Now it's about a plane on the 8th. Talk about misdirection like a magician does. Talk about gaslighting. Talk about shell games. Talk about moving the goalposts. I mean, this is insane. Absolutely insane. And here's the total proof. When you watch her, she says Andrew Colvett's running around trying to get people to do this and do it secretly. No, he's contacted. He says, sure, here's proof. You can talk about it, but don't put up the picture. And she knows this. She has this information. But here we have it in HD for you, not just off some live stream. So let's go to the HD document. Andrew, this is from Gary at Paramount Tactical. Hope you had a great time at AmFest. I'm doing an expose of Mitchell Snow tonight at 6 p.m. ET. So is Nate over at the VFT and Jesse on Fire, who are both no friends of TPUSA, that's the two Green Berets, and is still wholly aligned with Candace at 8 p.m. Can you provide anything proving Erica's whereabouts on the 9th? I know I've heard she was with her mother. Even giving me a statement to confirm this will be helpful. Hard evidence is obviously better. So he gives him hard evidence 3 hours later, okay? But let's just stop. Notice in the video that Candace put out last night on Instagram, she says, what are you doing distracting to the 9th? It's all about the plane and the Pentagon official coming on the 8th. She just started talking about this a couple days ago as her new diversion from the previous lies.
Okay, the guy said he saw her on the 8th. It's kind of like the Brian Harpole where they're just like giving us alibis for times that we're not talking about. Again, I wasn't even necessarily pressuring them for an alibi.
So they all want alibis for the 9th. Now she's like, I don't want alibis. No, this is a distraction from the 8th. And that's why we're all so scared. Or she is the biggest sociopath I've ever seen. She's either gone nuts, is some type of paranoid schizophrenic, or I think she's cold-blooded evil, folks. So you just saw him reach out 3 hours later. Hey man, sorry. Just seeing this pin.
Can I hear that again?
But it's worth saying, laugh out loud, Erica. I think she's a paranoid schizophrenic, or I think she's cold-blooded evil, folks. So you just saw him reach out 3 hours later. Hey man, sorry. Just seeing this pin off my phone. But it's worth saying, laugh out loud, wasn't in some fort in Tucson. The internet has gone insane.
Oh goddamn! I'm wrecked.
Hold on, Jeff.
Hold on. With Charlie all day. Woke him up from a nap before Fox hit. Went to dinner with Charlie. Literally, people are lunatics. And then he sends a screenshot from 8:33 Pacific time, and it's Erica covering up the faces of her kids, and it's got the timestamp and all the rest of it. And Candace doesn't even deny this is real. She just goes, look, it's Erica. She's involved. She's running it. Yeah, she flew to Tennessee to try to get you to stop accusing her of all this and implying she was involved in the murder, which you then denied we have all the compilations of. I mean, this is sick. You accuse people, you do all this, you have a lunatic known con man on, serial wife and child abuser, and you raise him hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then people obliquely defend themselves and you spin up this giant story and sick your mob of lunatics on them? Wow. Proof she was with her kids at 8:33 a.m. Pacific time. Don't share taking them for a walk before going to the office. And that turns into he's covertly putting out an alibi, but don't share because they don't want people to know he's involved as their PR spokesperson. No, Erica didn't want the picture of her kids shared. I mean, this is so sick.
Except
people.
to random YouTubers.
And again, her saying, I never implied anybody, TPUSA or anybody killed Charlie. And we have all these compilations of her basically saying it.
Just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat.
If I sent this into Netflix as a pitch, I would get rejected.
But let's hear the mixtape. Let's hear it out. Here we go.
You're right. I'll be quiet like a good boy.
Just timing. Just time. You just gotta time it. That's all.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, Joseph. Jesus Christ. Take your medicine.
All right, hear more from Alex. All right, let's hear the Candace mixtape. And by the way, before he even plays it, like, yeah, I think it's kind of, she's implied a lot of different things in regards to this Charlie Kirk case. TPSA, for sure. She has definitely implied it. She hasn't said it directly, but these little technicalities don't work with real motherfuckers, right? With regular people. Like, no, I can hear you, like, trying to, like, kind of implying. You implied Israel. You implied, you know, the French. Implied. She does it quite a bit. So do the other people. They all do it too. I'll give Alex a little bit more credit here because he's a lot more blatant. I think she's this. I think she's that. I think she's doing this. Than what other people seem to be doing. And Candace is one of them that kind of like, you know, pump fake in directions and they try to get you to like look at like, hey, you know, Charlie was giving up on Israel. Did you know that? I didn't say Israel did anything bad here. I'm not saying they killed Charlie. I didn't say that. It's like, come on, you just implied it right there. Like, don't lie to us. Don't lie to me, Candace. Don't you do it.
If you lie to us, Candy, you want the booty house?
But it's like, yeah, if she said, like, I didn't say that, like, come on, you're implying these things. And someone does need to call it out. Let's hear Alex's mixtape on Candace. Hopefully it shows what I think it's going to show. Here we go.
They killed Charlie? And we have all these compilations of her basically saying
he just called her the
48
Mossad.
hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our on-stage reunion could happen. It's a yes or a no. Yeah, I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point because I am disgusted. When we go back and we look at the calendar and we see that request went out in mid-July, it drives me insane. It just screams at me that this was an inside job, okay?
And then she's also like, oh, Snow.
She's done more than that.
He rightfully said the units that are at Fort Huachuca, only an insider would know that. It says at the entrance of the base what group is at Fort Huachuca. So in her video last night, and this post she put out, she's like, whoa, Mitch Snow knew what units were based there. I mean, that is incredible. It's only on the front entrance, these places. It's like, man, they pulled into McDonald's and they knew it was McDonald's. Or Mitch said they pulled into a Walmart and it was Walmart. I mean, holy mackerel. This is next level horse shit. and you watch it, it's like your soul is being drained away by this gossip demon, this spirit of deception. Great talk shows, Dark Waters. I need to get back on, really broke it down. Let me say this before I get to some other final points here. I don't follow gossip shows. And Candace has basically gotten politically where she doesn't really cover conservative topics. She just attacks conservatives and populists and Trump. And it's based, that's why the Democrats love her. That's why YouTube boosts her. But I remember when Kennedy was being confirmed, or right when the confirmation began, it was pushed viral on the internet, YouTube, X, everywhere. And I was meeting two people to hike on the Greenbelt at like 7 a.m. one Saturday morning.
She took Alex's crown.
And I'm listening because it was pushed on me to Candace talking about RFK Jr. might be under the control of an Israeli spy sex operative. Because it was pushed. I wasn't even looking for it. It was just pushed everywhere. And I get out of the car, and the Navy SEAL guy I work out with, has it on too. And the other person that met us there, we all get out, we're all listening to it. And so we hike and listen to like an hour and a half of this, and we all go, man, it's weird. None of it made sense. There was no proof. But she goes, I just feel this woman who has a car that we think Kennedy paid for is a Mossad agent, and it connects to Epstein, and that's how Kennedy, is being controlled, and that it's going to be Kennedy on the Epstein list. And I'm just like, what the hell? And I'm like, guys, you notice this is right when the confirmations are starting next week. And when Bill Gates is spending hundreds of millions trying to take him down. And I was like, man, I got a bad feeling she's working for the bad guys. They're like, no, she's good. Come on. I'm like, all right. And now those folks have both come around. They're like, yeah, this is bad. Because now, when you go back and look at what she does, right at key points, right at key confirmations, she attacks. And so I don't think so.
It's not working for the good guys. It's working for the good guys.
Oh. I need my bad guys in office. I need them in there. And Candace is hurting it. Like, all you're doing is making her look better when you say shit like that, Alex. The debunking her shit and her, throwing stones and hiding her hands. You got her on that stuff. But when you start going towards, she might be a Democrat operative, it's going to fuck things up for you, Alex.
Like,
it is what it is.
This has to be on purpose. I'm starting to think that this is a work.
They're going to say that he got the phone call. They're going to say that. They've already been saying it. They're going to say it extra now because it's like the thing that Candace has said about Trump and his White House and his presidency and the people that work for him and shit like that. They're fucking true. They're fucking true, Alex.
If by accident.
You're the only motherfucker out here defending it. The rest just don't even say anything about it. Let's be honest. They know to just not even say anything about this. Let's avoid this one. But you actually bring up the story, then go out and defend it. It's like, come on, dude. They're just going to call you a fucking operative. Which I think he's full of shit. I think he works for the fucking White House. I truly believe that. In fact, he actually helps Democrats too, in a way. Because if you full-blown demonize, because you see a D next to their name, pause, but they actually call something true out about Trump, you're going to make them that much more potent in regards to the circles that you run in, Alex. Or sorry, not the circles, but like the audience members that are seeing you, maybe for the first time.
How dare you say that about the only truth teller around this motherfucking Texas?
Yeah.
At that point, if you're
founded this state.
I heard Texas.
Democrat up for re-election.
I'm in Texas right now. Texas is awesome.
Strategy is do nothing, win anyway.
Texas? Oh no, we just don't like the rest of you assholes. You're faggots.
Texas is awesome, Harrison. I can't speak about you though. That might be different.
I think that Alex Jones works for the White House. All you have to do is watch him enough.
Yeah.
Like if you just think about if you just have an image of Alex Jones in your mind, you wouldn't think that, right? But if you watch him, you're like, oh shit.
If you actually watch and listen to it, there's no way around it. When he says the Epstein redactions were actually very well done, when he says shit like that, it's like too transparent, too obvious, too fucking obvious.
I didn't hear that one.
He has to know how people are going to respond to that shit, right?
They're not. My guess is that he speaks to a closed amount of audience members. Once in a while, he'll go viral for something he says, and thus, like Jesse said, they don't see all the fucking shit this guy says. They don't see it all. But to actually sit down and watch an entire show, just Alex's show, not the other guys, but just Alex's show. Sit down and watch all of it, especially around like a major topic. Oh my God, is he horrendous? By the way, this is the best he's been in a very long time. When it comes to Candace Owens and the whole Mitch Snow guy and Fort Huachuca. Yeah, like this is the best he's been when it comes to saying something honest out loud or saying something that sounds truthful. or fact-based out loud. This is the best he's been.
Or at least plausible.
Yeah. But if you go toward Venezuela, Nigeria, Epstein stuff, the border, drugs, all immigration, if you go over all that stuff, he looks horrendous. Horrendous. I mean, straight from the fucking White House, horrendous. But also claims to have insiders that, no, trust me, I have insiders. The same thing he's yelling at Candace Owens for, funny enough.
Just this makes me think of the old fucking trick he would do. When he's right, when he happens to be right about something, like fucking George W. Bush and the warrantless wiretapping, he will brag for years about calling that shit before anybody else. But if something he forecasts doesn't end up happening, like fucking the Obama administration coming to take everybody's guns in the wake of the Sandy Hook shooting,
and Walmart has FEMA camps,
that too.
Secret Muslim, like all these stupid fucking things.
Yeah, when that shit doesn't end up coming true in any way, he just says that what was it? The elites know that he called them out on it, and that's why they can't do it because he like intercepted them or some shit.
Yeah, it's. I'll say this: I don't look at Alex as as a psychopath.
Does he deserve to be on the hook for $900 million? To be honest,
no, he shouldn't. He should be able to question things and ask questions out loud. He should be able to do that. In my opinion, at least.
I think that whole thing stemmed from Alex just having that fatal inability to accept when he might have been wrong about something.
It doesn't matter. He shouldn't be sued for saying opinions out loud. Even if he says
certainly no.
If he says
certainly
like,
not.
This is the case, right? He shouldn't be he shouldn't be penalized for that. He shouldn't be banned from any of these fucking social media accounts or any of that. He shouldn't be banned. He shouldn't be sued. But what I think he actually deserves is people walking the fuck away. Like, oh, you're full of shit. Bye.
That would be a much more
actual
fitting punishment for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, his arguments are easily countered. That's the point. And no one's doing that. They just want a fucking cash grab.
I mean, I don't know the motives of the Sandy Hook parents or whatever, but either way, it's like pretty simple. Walk away.
I could be wrong about this because the last time I read anything about it was years ago, but I think one of those parents actually like killed himself just because he couldn't deal with all the harassment.
That's not Alex's fault.
No, it's the fault of whoever fucking kept dialing his fucking phone number all day.
Well, if we want to be real, existentially real, it's not their fault either. Now, if they went up and shot the guy, right, and murdered him, yeah, it's their fault. But if the guy heard too many words and then, like, you know what, I'm taking my own life, that's that person's fault. Sorry to get dark about it, but that's the case. That is the case. If you do a little bit of existential work, it'd be easy for people to realize that your life is in your hands in situations like that. And it's like, hey, do you want to be a victim or do you want to be Batman? Who do you want to be? Want to be saved by Batman or do you want to like be Batman? Because you can be if you want to.
People were capable of doing that kind of work. We wouldn't get anywhere near this territory in the first place.
Exactly. Very true. That's why you got to try to get there anyways. That is my life dedication. Little by little. But, all right. Let's, actually, let me reset my thing just in case. Sure, it's going to lag. Hold on. Nice. Actually, I got the double check of his fucking... all your names are, like, hidden, basically. Wanted to double check that. Because of, my own personal reasons why I want that to be the case.
This shit's been happening a lot lately. I'm actually worried.
Yeah, I mean, I might switch the Ethernet cords around. Maybe it's the cord's fucking done up. I gotta buy a new one. But,
well, that shouldn't happen unless somebody's been stepping on it.
no one's stepping on clean line. I mean, one of the ends is kind of a little dinged up, but that's from a while ago. Either way, whatever. I'll figure that out after. But for now,
That's separate subject for another time.
Yeah. For now,
that doesn't need to be on stream.
For now, here's more Alex Jones.
Get ready for some Alex Jones.
Being a fucking hypocrite, but here we go.
I don't think she has psychosis or postpartum. I mean, I think she's cold-blooded.
Postpartum?
And you watched her on that Instagram last night. She's smiling. It's funny.
Oh, God.
And she just came out and
he's alleging postpartum psychosis.
USA security are at this meeting to kill Charlie.
People are just figuring out Candace Owens might be psychopathic.
It's overwhelming. The military. It looks like they did it. It's just insane. But that's the only way the Democrats can take down MAGA. Trump's not perfect. We hold his feet to the fire. But who can say it'd be better to have Kamala Harris?
I mean, right on fucking cue. Starts campaigning again. Trump's not perfect, but, we hold feet to the fire. No, you fucking don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you fucking don't. As soon as you start putting things in like, well, Democrats are evil. That's why we need this. As soon as you do that, and you're not living off...
He's one of the
lead
water boys.
Hold on.
If you people.
Hold on.
Damn it.
If you do that, and you're not going to, you're not going to base it on merit. You're going to base it on, look how bad the other guys are. I already know you're full of shit at that point. Or you're an idiot. And I've argued with these people. Shout out to Dubster. Look how bad they are. See? That means this guy's good. They won't say that, but they're heavily implying, just like we say Candace implies things. You're implying they're good because these guys are bad. Then you look at their actual actions, that doesn't make any fucking sense in reality. And I mean, easily predictable. Easily, too. The fucking whiz kid genius Alex Jones, who's, I predicted everything. Can't see that one. Huh. Full of shit. It just angers me sometimes. That bothers me. Brazenly saying things like this. We hold feet to the fire. No, you fucking don't. No, you don't.
Like I said, leading water boy.
All right. Let's continue. I gave him credit for 5 seconds, didn't I? Well, at least on this topic, he's being a little bit more overt and less hiding things. A little less full of shit sounding. And then what does he do? Boom. Right into it. We need to win the midterms. We got to win them.
He doesn't have quite as much to lose with Candace Owens as he does with Donald Trump or, say, the whole Sandy Hook thing.
Listen, if the Trump administration or Elon Musk or whoever the fuck was helping this guy out, Alex Jones, it's
I would not be shocked.
If that's the case, do you go this far and beyond to appease them? This is different level, man. It's we're seeing reality, and you're saying, no, it's fucking... That's not shit. That's ice cream. Go eat it. So this is what this guy does for a fucking living.
This is a bowl of shit. This is a bowl of actual shit, Jordan. I want you to eat it like it's a fudge brownie.
Pause and now.
Well, you got to remember the midterm elections. If you remember that, that's why.
I mean, but here's the thing. If Trump doesn't get something done, he'll blame those guys, the ones he's saying go vote for them. He'll be like, the fucking deep state held him back, and there's a lot of Republicans in it. We heard him choke up when he brought up the name Massey in Trump's Truth Social thing. He read it and just kept it moving like nothing. He didn't just say that. Thomas Massey's a demon. Lindsey Graham is a fucking hero. And Alex will just repeat it and read it out loud and say, "Good job, Trump," or just ignore we just watch him do that or say that.
Lindsey Graham, the great gay Republican hero.
Either way,
we're fucked.
Either
I
way,
need proof. He looks gay, but I'm not for sure. I need to go to Washington D.C. for a visit.
You're gonna prove it?
Pause.
He might be gayer than Will from Stranger Things. Either way, let's continue. Here's more Alex Jones. I'll try not to pause the video but I genuinely get angry when I hate fucking liars. Hate that shit. I don't hate them. I hate lying. I hate that shit.
You hate what they do.
Yes. All right, let's continue. Here we go.
Taxes getting killed. Kennedy taking the dyes out and the mercury out of the shots and banning the mRNA shots, and it just goes on and on. Now, Democrat judges today are trying to block it all, and then Trump trying to stop all these wars and doing all these great moves to the economy and no tax on tips and banning.
I stopped 8 wars. I stopped 11 wars. I stopped 9,000 wars.
And I'll take all the great appointments. I'll take all the great things that are happening.
When you hear
there's this move that you're not pure, you're not good unless you reject Trump.
Those are campaign talking points. That's not for
people.
I'm sorry. That's not for 9/11 boy right here. He's supposed to be talking about the big conspiracy globalist agenda. He's talking about tips on fucking waiters. Taxes on tips. You're going to use that as a talking point? You're Alex fucking Jones, aren't you? You're supposed to be pointing out, like, oh, he's fucking pulled down the giant Moloch statue in Bohemian Grove. Trump is destroying it. He's knocking it down. Those are your stories. Those are your stories. Not fucking taxes on tips. Are you kidding me? Look at the job. The jobs are up now. Jobs are doing better. That's not your fucking thing, Alex. But why would you bring that up? Oh, because a little birdie told you to do that, isn't it? Isn't that the case, Alex? Can't stand full of shit artists, bro. I can't stand them.
Yeah, I was gonna say, number one, he's just wrong about all those things, and number two, that is small fucking potatoes next to the shit that he purports to be interested in.
He says they're ending wars out of one side of his mouth, then says we need to invade Venezuela in the other side of his fucking mouth. That's what Alex Jones does.
I stopped 8 wars. I started 11 wars. I stopped 9,000 wars.
I mean, his ankles.
I stopped 17 trillion wars.
Alex's ankles must be wrecked, bro. All the fucking, lateral fucking movements this fool has had to do to run cover. He should have the strongest ankles on earth, or the most broken ankles on earth. The amount of movement this guy does to make that shit make the Trump administration look legitimate must be incredible.
If he contorts himself anymore, he'll be able to fit his entire body through a tennis racket. Which I actually saw a guy do once.
Oh, yeah, okay. I think I've seen that before, too. Either way, let's continue. Here's more Alex Jones.
That we're always attacking Charlie Kirk in the last few years. They suddenly love him. They have taken over Charlie's identity. They know who they are. They have attacked him and undermined TPUSA, and as soon as he's dead, no. Now you're his guardian. You own who he is. Same people said, oh, he didn't keep the Sabbath.
That's what TPUSA is doing, right?
Which is Christian and Jewish, just on different days. He didn't write that book, and then I went and looked. There's all these speeches he gave since last summer when he was writing the book, and he says everything on the stage that's in the book. And they go, they've stolen his identity. He didn't say all this. And a lot of these people said when he got killed, they said, look, he was for inclusivity. He wasn't just a white nationalist. But now that he's dead, we're going to take control of his identity and say he works for us. And that wasn't Candace and them, but it was others. I've also seen Candace's minions, and I played clips of this yesterday when they denied it, saying, we don't care if what she's saying true or not. We're bringing down the system. The system, we're trying to take back the republic. The globalists want a great reset, a collapse. They want a communist revolution. We're trying to stop that and avert the crash of the economy and the crash of the world economy that the globalists are trying to orchestrate. So,
the communists.
She's trying to change the subject now to the 8th. No, it was all about the 9th. So they bring receipts for the 9th, and they bring their alibis, and that's damage control. When you accuse people of stuff they defend themselves, that's damage control. You spin every aspect of it, and now it's about the 8th, and some military plane that flew in. When you read the stuff she put out on X yesterday, I mean, let me read you this, and does this sound like the ramblings of a lunatic? But it's not. This stuff is written, just like the Q stuff was written by Deep State Intelligence, to be nebulous, to have some facts in it. And so people check those facts and go, oh yeah, that's true, the person did come there. Well, that's proof it happened. You see, just like Mitch Snow was at Fort Huachuca that day, he claims, with this letter, looks like a 5-year-old wrote it. Who knows that's even real, with a different name than Mitch Snow. He's used like 4 other names, but none of that's a red flag. So it's like, no, he was there, so it's all true. Then the people you accuse of being there, part of the plot, show they weren't there, and that's proof of the guilt. So it's this inquisitor. You've got to answer to her. And when you do answer, you're desperate. You got a PR disaster. And she smiles, and the skin crawls. So, listen to her. RCH-702 has been identified. Dun, dun, dun. We're back to planes. I didn't know what Shuka was about a plane. No. Forget the 9th. Forget the secret meeting.
Alex is
now
cooking, bro.
It's the 8th.
Cook,
You didn't
Alex.
know that, huh? Nice try,
Get it.
folks. On
What
July
do the kids
11th,
say? He's cooking
very
with gas.
Charlie told Tucker Carlson to go max in a speech against Israel, which launched the war against Charlie's top donors. There was a shakeup at D.C. Dustin Guard Weiss was enrolled as the new executive director of the CIA, replacing John Ratcliffe. Okay.
Not sure that's true.
Wow, okay, so the day Charlie talks to Tucker, there's a shakeup at the CIA. Okay, all right. Okay. Previously, Weiss was the Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence and Security. He was replaced in that position by Bradley Hansel, who the Senate voted to confirm July 22nd. Whoa, boy, Erica Kirk's in, and she's all going, woo, you're in trouble, woo. It's like, ooh, look, I got an orange pen. That's, woo, look at that. You're like reading this, like, what the fuck is this? It was Bradley Hansel's office who booked the trip from Fort Andrews to Colorado Springs.
I'm sorry. This fool did the Rodney Dangerfield eyes and everything, bro. That was fucking funny. He's like, ooh, what the fuck is this?
In another life.
He's cooking, bro.
In another life, not to pay any credence to the fucking Bill Hicks conspiracy theory, but in another life, I'm sure Alex would be an excellent comedian. Probably one of the best in the fucking world. This shit's a fucking clown show. Oh, God.
Here we go.
What do we do with him?
Look, I got an orange pen. That's, woo, look at that. You're like reading this, like, what the fuck is this? Bradley Hansel's office who booked the trip from
Damn it,
Fort
Joe.
Andrews.
Hold on.
Look at that. You're like reading this, like, what the fuck is this? It was Bradley Hansel's office who booked the trip from Fort Andrews to Colorado Springs. You mean the Pentagon's flying to main command bases? Whoa! I mean, that's like a bear shitting in the woods. I mean, it's like people like Trump was in the White House. Whoa!
My fucking face hurts.
Rattlesnake was in a hole. A bird flew in the sky. It was Bradley Hansel's office who booked the trip from Fort Andrews to Colorado Springs to Tucson before the call sign turned Sam as it entered into Fort Huachuca on the 8th. And it was an announced trip months before to inspect border security. That's a border security base. Oh my God, we have some brass that went to the base on the 8th. We're finding out who was on the plane. They're trying to divert you folks from the 8th. We never said the 9th. It was never about a meeting in a skiff. It was never about Congressman Amadai. It was never about the head of the team. No, that is a lie. We never said that. We were working to confirm who else was aboard the plane and why. Discussing the flight seems to have caused such a deep state panic. You mean people are sick of you lying about people planning murders on the 9th? We start discrediting it, so you just magically bring up this flight and say we're all upset about you because of a flight the day before on the 8th? No, please find out who's on board. I'm sure you'll accuse them, and suddenly Mitch Snow will claim he was in a secret meeting with them, and they all talk about murdering Charlie. I mean, what the hell? How dumb do you think we are? You just started talking about this 2 days ago. We're not been talking about that.
I don't think that should
now
be rhetorical
you want us to go
at
debate
all.
you about this plane. No, you just put your evidence out about it. We'll listen to you, the great inquisitor, the God up on the mountain that gives us the stone tablets, the burning bush. But since you're the burning bush, you got to back it up. We want to know about the 9th, sweetie. The 9th. Mr. Snow. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is just totally insane. And it goes on from there. I mean, this is painful. And it is so incredibly sad that this is going on. And I don't know what to say. These are outrageous claims. I thought, my God, are these Egyptian planes thing? Oh my God, is this really this meeting at Fort Huachuca? I better look into it. And I said, have you checked alibis? Have you checked and it all falls apart. And then she goes, it's not about the 9th. It's not about the SCIF meeting, you dummies. It's about the 8th. And this trip announced in July where this undersecretary is visiting the bases and doing inspections. I mean, that is, whoa. A border inspection tour goes to one of the main border bases. I mean, folks, you can't cover this up. This is smoking gun. Obviously, this guy did it. Obviously, everyone on the plane did it. And obviously, Mitch Snow saying there was a new meeting he saw. Because Candace even says she thought maybe it's this Daily Wire guy was there. So she sends him a picture of the Daily Wire guy, and Mitch Snow goes, damn it, he was there too. So this is incredible.
He's kind of wrecking her shit right now.
She sent Mitch Snow a picture of me. I'm sure I'd have been there. It doesn't matter if I was on air that day or, that's all fake. That's all AI. Matter if
I was. Who is this for?
Listen, I was trolling about the everyone gets a rocket launcher, every single one of you.
Before anybody complains, I swear to God, this is fucking live. We do not watch these things beforehand. This is all off rip.
It's not live. It's recorded, but I have not seen any of this until it happens.
Oh. Now you see what I mean when I tell you that I hate getting proven right all the time. My fucking guts hurt. My face hurts. Everything hurts.
He's going for the ether. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Let's hear more from Alex. Here we go.
I'll ask again, what do we do with him?
Doesn't matter. That's all fake. That's all AI, folks.
Let him cook.
Alex Jones got replaced with clones years ago. We don't know that. So, I know this is a long breakdown. It makes me physically ill to be dealing with all this, and I just don't know what to say. But to watch Candace Owens destroy herself and whatever she's up to. Because remember, all these other stories, RFK Jr. and the Mossad agent, and he's
conspiracy theorists.
Where'd all that go? Where'd all the other hundreds of pieces of crap go? Nope, it just went into a memory hole, a bye-bye hole, and she just hopes you don't talk about it. And then I just love how her and her surrogates are all saying, oh yeah, Alex has shown who he works for. Who I work for. I'm not allowed on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and boosted like you. I'm banned everywhere. I'm sued by the globalists, deep state. You finally have got one of those from the Macrons, and I was supporting you in that.
Didn't he get unbanned on Twitter?
I morally can't sign on to horse shit.
Yeah, he's doing this on Twitter right now.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
And I said, I bet she'd create some news story to divert from the 9th, and she has. And then when Erica Kirk gets a call from their spokesman.
His show has the X logo on it.
Sure, here it is. I should have done this earlier. I saw them weeks ago do this. Then she doesn't deny it's real. She says, oh, this shows the desperation. You can't accuse people of stuff, then say you didn't accuse them. Then when they show the evidence, spin it, say it shows desperation, and say that Colvin is reaching out to people when in the text messages you have that you don't deny are real, he was reached out to by them. Lies, 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 lies. Can you say anything that's true? Can you tell the truth about anything? And people buy this like it's a soap opera, like they're on your team and then there's the other team. No, folks, there's real stuff going on. There's real cover-ups. There's real issues with Charlie's murder and what really happened. We need to focus on that. But to do that, I have to go out and debunk this stuff. And it's becoming a full-time job because so much BS spews out of Candace Owens' mouth. All right, that's it for this report. Give me your research, your findings, what you think below here.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's let them.
On X, we'll also post it on Rumble and Infowars.com/show, video. And I'm not backed by the Qataris or the Israelis. I didn't have a Daily Wire job. I'm not married to a British billionaire lord. I'm completely
yes,
he just can't help himself. Fuck.
But I need your support at thealexshowstore.com, where we have the very best. We're drinking it right here.
Tried to put me in jail. He chose a drink. He chose the syrup.
Say this as a joke. I was about to say this as a joke.
He's showing the syrup, bro.
Oh,
Scissor,
God.
there it is.
He's sipping on some syrup.
This fucking codeine. Blue codeine. Infowars.com/blue codeine.
Blue codeine, silver nitrate, male vitality supplements, boner pills, penis pumps.
Blue crack.
Yes, Alex, we get it. You're a man.
I got the
You like
dirty
to fight.
methylene. The dirty methylene spray.
You like to
Don't
have
say it,
children.
He put some Sprite in there, or some Arizona in there.
He
He's
puts
putting some fucking
blue
Baja Blast in that shit.
It looks like some antifreeze in there.
You know what, Jess? You're right.
Kool-Aid. What's the Kool-Aid shit? Kool-Aid Tropical Punch.
These fools was definitely.
If you ever listen to
shit blue, don't they? They shit. Their shit is blue, isn't it? It's gotta be.
If you ever listen to his blue methylene like pitch, it doesn't have the same effect as coffee. It's like cleaner.
Well, fair enough. All right. I had to stop it. That's gotta be done there.
Dirty Sprite. He's got the Fago in this.
There's your
Jordan,
video.
Did you check out?
Good.
Okay, go ahead.
Good.
No, go ahead.
All right. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment. Agree. Disagree. We played the lawyer guy as part of one of the earlier clips.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask you.
Yeah, we played it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I missed it.
I'll play it again. But
Now he tends to lean right, so I'm just saying what he showed in the files are what he showed in the files.
That's pause.
Fair enough. There's your video. Please subscribe if you feel like. Comment. Agree. Disagree. Tell me what you think in the comment section. There's a lot here. I think this is the most fact-based Alex Jones has been in a long time, at least from my perspective. He usually spends his time
What are you
bullshitting.
talking about again?
He usually spends his time bullshitting and selling the White House of how awesome they are. And
The White House is awesome. We need a better White House. We need a new White House, to be honest. We need to knock it down.
I don't mean the building, Harrison. I mean the people that occupy the White House. You know,
let's build it in Harlem.
Authority.
The building is actually very nice. It's just a shame about the people who occupy it.
Yeah, but yeah,
it's like Democrats.
Once again, I understand. Like, I mean, I don't understand, but I will. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be still Candace fans that will dick ride Candace no matter what and pick teams out of this stuff. But there's Alex fans that'll do the same thing. I'm saying both these guys, to me, and what's wrong? To be fair, as far as the last couple of years with Candace Owens, it's like, oh, people like, oh my God, Candace is waking up. You have to leave room for that. Like I did that with Tulsi Gabbard. You have to leave room for it. Like maybe she changed. Maybe she's different. But if she's doing that, let's say she gets caught like definitively like lying in order to
I actually think the president's
story.
Executive mansion should be different from his work situation. He should have to commute like the rest of us.
Yeah, if she's bullshitting about this story, that should be like, okay, she's full shit too. But then in regards to Alex, he's been doing this shit. He's been full of shit. Maybe he looks legit now because he's debunking this Candace story or allegedly debunking it. But outside of that, he still lied in the middle of doing all this stuff. Oh my God, they're here to stop the globalists and save mankind. We need the Trump administration to thrive. And it's like, if those guys actually thrived with what they were doing, they'd be destroying the world, which is what they're doing anyways, right? They're actively playing a role in making the world a worse place. Not for themselves, but for the rest of us. I guess Alex thinks like, oh, I'm on their team, so they won't fuck me up too badly. They'll fuck you guys up, though. And that seems to be the case.
On fire,
and that's the
the
bottom
other
line.
guy's about to go underwater.
Yeah. And, God, just world problems. Innocent people being blown up, killed, starved, whatever. Trump administration does nothing about it. Alex does nothing to criticize them about it. In fact, blame someone else instead. Like, oh, it's the Democrats doing this. It's like, when they're not in office, it's the Democrats' fault. When they are in office, it's the Democrats' fault. Which is what? Faulty fucking logic, first off. And second off, some like full of shit shenanigans, basically, from Alex Jones. who lies more consistently than even Candace does. Let's just be honest about that. So, hey, if you want to leave a comment, you pick the team, you want to brag about how your team's winning in regards to this argumentation, go ahead. We're going to look fucking stupid doing so. But, be yourself, do your thing. Don't forget to share support. Hopefully donate to all the links in the description box. Also, please check out the Discord link if you want to join that. We're in that Discord right now. All opinions are welcome, but something tells me that a mixture of Candace and Alex Jones fans would not show up here because they'd probably get ran over very quickly. So thus, just stick to the comments where you can text. You can write in text and then disappear because you're anonymous. I'm not going to go look for you. You can say your stupid comment and run the fuck away, and you're done. A lot of the fanboys and fangirls do that shit, by the way. Which is, which means you're not just stupid, you're a fucking coward too. But anyways, everything I showed you in this video will be linked in that same description box. You can look at it.
YouTube freezes their comments anyway, so you don't have to worry about that. Nobody can see their shit.
No, well, how would I know they're there unless I see them? Whatever. It's asking logical questions. All the links I showed you will be shared in that description box. You look at on your own. Do your whatever. Do your due diligence, as T-Lav might say. You can just look over it for yourself. And with all that said, give this video a thumbs down. Wee.